Yo! So this is the last day of CBT2, so I figured I would do a small review of the warrior class, talk about the skills and what they do, just to get a better idea of the class. So what we'll do is go through the skill one by one to see exactly how they work. I'm only level 45, so I don't have every skill. I have a few that I haven't unlocked and I haven't tested, so bear that in mind. So we'll start with the first skill you get, this one, which I actually didn't take because I think it's bad. So what it do is a circular AoE, and by upgrading it you can do up to 4 attacks. So you do 290% your attack value, and you can attack up to 10 targets. Also the last attack hit twice. So why I think it's bad is that you don't want to be standing there for the whole duration. I mean, 4 attacks consecutively to do full damage is way too long. And also at the time the energy cost was way too high. In a recent patch they lowered it a bit, but I still think it's way too much energy for the damage it does and the amount of time it takes to do the full damage. You have a few upgrades here. It's for combos. So you can chain one of your attack into the circular AoE. Doesn't say the damage, but I don't like the skill. I think it takes too long to do the damage, full damage. 4 attacks is way too long. So next, those 3 skills, they're the same. It's just an upgrade. So what you do is you sacrifice some HP in order to get energy back by pressing shift and space, and increasing in ranks I think increase the amount of energy you recover, but at the cost of more HP, so you have to keep that in mind when you upgrade it, because it takes more HP. So this one is unlocked by default. It's the dodge, so shift and the arrows. You can dodge forward, only back or on the side, and it takes some energy, some stamina, sorry. It takes stamina, but it gives you energy back. Let me show. I think it's 10 energy. That was added in the new patch, where they were trying to buff warrior a bit. So yeah, you get 10 energy back for dodging. So let's check this one. This is the normal auto attack. So here you can see the damage. It's 100 and first level is 100 of your attack value. It gives 15 energy back, I think, at all levels. Yeah, always gives 15 energy back. And it gives 15 energy back when you're on a horse. But I think increasing the rank also increase how do you call it? The flow. Because if I remember well, on the first level I had some at the end of the animation I had a time where I couldn't do anything. I was locked. But here you can see the animation is very smooth and chains perfectly. There is no downtime. But I'm not sure about that. Maybe it's just because I have more attack speed. Could be. Could be. So next is the dash. So what it does is basically dash forward. Very simple. It doesn't take energy anymore. It used to, but they changed it. So now it doesn't take energy, but it has a cooldown of 7 seconds. So what are the extra effects? Well, it does 60% of your attack value twice, so it's basically two attacks. And also your next attack will crit. So it's like a guaranteed crit on your next attack. What the upgrades do, basically increase the distance, the damage, and also the speed. And this upgrade here increases the distance even further. If you keep holding forward, you get like a second dash. And the last level actually is interesting because you get to do a more damage. 5% of your HP into damage. You don't lose the HP, I think. You just take the amount of HP you have and turn it into extra damage. I think that's how it works. I'm not sure. So next one. So this one is forward and right click, so you attack forward like this, It gives plus 10 energy back, and it costs stamina to do, so it's 400 stamina. It's quite a lot. Oh, actually when you level it you use less stamina. I should have maybe leveled this one. But yeah, upgrading it costs less stamina, but doesn't give you more energy. And well, the damage is basically at the first level 60% of your attack plus 5, and apparently each attack can't count twice, so it's 2 times 60%. Next one. This is like one of the highest damage dealing skill for the warrior. So it's this big arc. It's really strong. It's like when you want to burst someone, it's definitely the skill to use. So what it does is 2 times 150% your attack. It has a 100% chance of doing a critical damage. That's why it's so good, because it always crits. Let's find a mob here. Let's get some energy back. And here, see, it always crits. She's really good. I can't see the mob HP since I don't have the knowledge for... I haven't picked up the knowledge for this mob. You can only see mobs HP when you have their knowledge about them. Maybe I should have picked a better location to show it, but you saw the critical message. So yeah, this is a really good skill. So the upgrades are also very nice. The first level you can only hit up to 3 targets with it apparently, which is a bit weird. Also, it's not in the description, but the skill seems to knock back the enemies. I don't know why it's not in the description actually. So upgrading it increase the cast speed, you do it faster, increase the damage as well, and increase the amount of targets you can hit. And the last level is like the dash. It does 5% of your HP as extra bonus damage. Let's see the passives. This is a feint, I think. Yeah, it's to feint an attack with that skill. And this one is it's a really nice passive. You get to do that attack twice at the cost of 10 extra energy. So the spell itself costs 60 energy, so this is really nice. You get to do a lot of damage with that double slash. Next one. So this is the right click with the to bash with the shield. Oh. So you can do several things. You can do side, wrong key, side and, oh, maybe I need a mob to make it work? Why is it not working? Okay. Side and right click to do that side shield attack, and, well, just right click to bash several times. So what I do is 110 damage, 110% of your damage value. What else? Oh, actually, each attack has a different value. The side attack with the shield is 150 damage, and the total damage of all of the skills, of all the variants together, is 255. It gives you 10 energy back, so this is quite nice too, but it uses some energy. It uses 2 energy but gives you 10 energy back. And upgrading it apparently increases the amount of energy back you get. Wow, I can't talk today. So 15 energy, and this level is... last level is 20 energy. Also, it seems to stun at the end. Yeah, the last attack actually stuns the enemy, so really nice. Although I never use it because I think it takes too long. This takes way too long to do the full damage. And usually want the stun to be as fast as possible. So the next skill is this one. So it's a forward attack with the shield. Let's get some energy back. I use this one sometimes. It's good when you want to interrupt because it knocks back. Also, I like to use it as a combo, so I do knockback and I use the launch forward. So it's decent, but I think it's slow. It was buffed a bit because it used to be way slower. but I still think it's a bit too slow. And the last, the upgrade seems to be only for damage, so you get to do the attack twice, increase your damage a bit, but I didn't take it. So instead of doing one attack, it does 2 times 120% of your attack value. It still does the knockback. Then we have this one here. So this is shift and right click. I never use it because it takes too long. So it's the small, really small dash, but it stuns, so that's nice. And it does 220% of your attack value. Next we have this one, forward and the right click. And what it does is knockback. Alright, next we have this one, big AoE attack. I really like this skill. It does a lot of damage. So it's 500 your attack value plus 40 extra. So let me show the animation. It's this skill right here. I think the animation look awesome. So it, well, yes, it knocks down. That's the important part to remember. It knocks down the enemy, and upgrading it also adds a slow effect. So at level 2, it's 20% slow for 7 seconds. Max level, it's 40% slow. With the knockdown and the 650% of your attack plus 80 bonus damage, and also 10% of your HP as bonus damage. And it has high accuracy too. Also, yes, I forgot to mention, all skills have a amount of accuracy. And this one is quite accurate. At max level it has plus 20 accuracy, so you can actually hit higher level mobs with that. I'm sure I've checked the accuracy for the other one. This one doesn't have accuracy, not this one either. This one has 24 accuracy, 4 accuracy. Oh well, I will try to remember checking accuracy. Next we have this one. This is one of my favorite skills as well. So it's a really short dash forward, and the good thing about it is when you finish the dash you automatically go in block mode, so you basically can't get hit during the animation, and it's really fast. And the extra effect that I really love is that it stuns, and the stun seems to always land. It's nearly 100% chance of stunning. I've never seen it fail actually. So the stun is not really noticeable. Let's see. Yeah, see, he got stunned. So the other good stuff about it is when you upgrade it, you can do it 2 times in a row, the last upgrade. So I can do the dash twice. Oh, when the latency lets me. See, you can do it twice. And also it was buffed in a patch not long ago, so now it doesn't cost any energy. So this is basically a free stun that lets you go forward a bit to catch up with a range class, or even to run away. I mean, you can just use it to run away. It has a 3-second cooldown though. And well, the stun is really short, but it's still nice. It gives you enough time to... Oh, Blackstone, lucky. It gives you enough time to do another combo. What I like to do is usually stun like this and then use something that has a long animation like this skill. It really helps using it. Next we have, well, the block mode. So this is the block mode. Very simple. It gives you 25% of your energy back every time you get hit. It takes some stamina. Let me find a mob that's possibly not in a pack. Let's hope I don't aggro the other one over there. Oh well. So let's go attack me. So it gives a lot of energy back. This is really useful aside from blocking. And well, it uses stamina, so you have to be careful about not running out of stamina, because then you are in trouble. Also, you can move while doing it. It costs some stamina. You can go forward into front, but you can go on the side. When you you try to go sideways, it cancels the block. So what you can do is just move forward or backward and use your mouse like this if you want to go on the side without going out of the block mode, like this. Also, getting out of the block mode has sort of a long animation actually. Let me try to show it. If you press Q again, oh, why is, guess it's latency, yeah, there you go. You have a long animation to get out of that mode, so sometimes it's actually better to just cancel it with an attack instead of having to do the long animation. Oh, wow, I'm really lucky with the drops. So what the upgrades do, this lets you move forward faster and backwards too, you move faster, and this one's the same. Also costs less stamina to use, I think. So overall, it's your bread and butter skill. It's really useful because it's mostly for the energy. And well, of course the defensive part of it, since you're blocking the full damage. But it gives so much energy back and lets you do the your full combos. Next we have shield counter. So I don't have it, but you can see on the small clip here, it shows it. You can use that skill right after blocking an attack, and it also does a stun. This one, I think it's similar. It's after a block. You can use it. It stuns as well. It does 130% your damage, your attack value, and it gives 15 energy back. And this one, I think it's an upgraded version. It's the same skill, but does a lot more damage. It's 320% your attack value, and it does a mini stun, and it does 10% of your HP as extra damage. Alright, so next we have this one. It's basically when you're dashing, you can get out. It's a dash and you can do the small attack. I don't really like it. I think it's sort of useless. It could be nice on horse though, because apparently when you use it while on horse, you knock down the target, according to the description. And what else? Well, the damage, 67% of your attack value twice. The upgrade increase the damage, and also you get to recover some energy. Gives you some energy back. And something I really don't like about it is the animation. Actually, I should mention it. Like if you don't upgrade the skill like I did, you get this animation where you're locked. Like if you do this, you're locked in the animation forever. So once you attack, you need to attack with something else. You can't just attack and wait a bit. Like for example, you want to say try a skill. Want to do this and then use the skill, and it has a sort of slows you down a bit. So you need to, as soon as you do it, you need to do a normal left click attack to cancel the animation. But upgrading it allows you to do consecutive attacks, as you can see here. You can do some attacks right after it. But I don't really like to use it as a gap closer because it uses your energy. You have to run first. I think dashes are much better in general than this one. Alright, let's go to the next skill. Oh yes, the stab. So it does 80% of your damage 2 times. Also recovers some HP. The amount of HP recover can be upgraded to the levels. And it has a decently long range actually. It's basically 2 attacks like I said earlier. So you have one attack that hits a target 3 meters in front of you, and the second attack actually hits up to 7 meters at level 1. At max level it's 4.5 meters in front of you, up to 9 meters. And it's also a knockback. It does a small knockback. So this skill is good for getting some HP back, because at max level you can get 25 HP back. It has a bleed effect too. When you get this skill, you apply a small bleed effect. At max level it's minus 25 HP for 5 seconds, every seconds. And you have these passives here that allows you to chain it several times. Let's find the mob quick. Okay, here's one. It's really dark. Alright, so you can actually chain the skill and get well, the HP back and the damage, and it's a knockback, so during the animation your enemy can't do anything. Plus the range on it, you can hit from very far away. So all in all, I think it's a decent skill. I only started really using it recently, because I never realized how good it actually could be. So it's really nice in PvE for sustain, and in PvP too, especially against rangers, since they don't expect you to hit them from so far away. So overall, a really nice skill, and there's some odd things you can do with it. It's actually, the animation is so fast you can use it in combination with other skills, like this, or like you do this shield attack and then instantly follow like this, or even do a dodge and then follow up with the lunge. It's really good animation. The only drawback I would say is maybe the energy cost. I think it's 30 energy, 35 energy at max level. So if you want to do the 4 combo attacks, it can take a lot of energy. And also it's the cone, the hitbox cone is not very big, so you need to be very accurate where you hit. It's not a forward big cone, so that's one thing to remember. Next, the kicks. So 110% of your attack, plus 1 accuracy. It's not great accuracy. It gives you 20 energy back per hit, and it's oh yes, it's a counter. It says in blue counter attack. So what I think it does is that it gives you high priority. Let's say you do this attack at the same time someone else do it, you will see a counter message, which means that you basically counter it blocks their animation and lets you do yours. So in I guess in a combat game you would call it high priority. Let's see if I can actually land it. I'm gonna wait for him to attack me. It's gonna be hard with the latency. Yeah, this is not easy to do. With the latency I need to time it properly. Nope. No luck. It basically has 2 animations. So you have the normal kick when you press F, you do a 2-time attack that gives 20 energy, and then you have back and F, which is the other kick. And this other kick can actually be upgraded. So let me show here. It can upgrade it to do more damage, and also to do a knockdown. Oh, there I did the counter attack. It blocked his animation. But yeah, the second kick does a knockdown. It's really good, even in PvP, because you get to do a free knockdown and gives you energy back. So it's a free control that gives you energy back. The only drawback is well, the range. It's really short range, and also the animation, because only the second kick actually knocks down the target. The first kick doesn't do anything, it just do the damage and in the energy regen, but it's the second kick that knocks down. Also it takes some of your stamina, so you have to be careful, because stamina is... there's a lot of skill that actually use stamina, so if you need stamina for blocking and use that skill, you will be in trouble. The last upgrade is basically a feint. You can feint one attack and do the kick instead. I'm gonna let him attack me. Let's see, where was the other skill? Oh yes, so this is the backward and the left click. So it has several upgrades. This is the first level. Thus you go backward and do this attack. It does 60% of your attack value 3 times. You can upgrade it. So the second upgrade, if you press space during the animation, you do this circular attack. And the really nice part about it is that it knocks down the targets. And it's pretty cheap in energy too, so this is a really cheap knockdown to use for crowd control. And the last upgrade, I didn't take it, but basically what you can do with it is stun the target. It allows you to mean stun the target. So it's also very nice. It doesn't cost much energy, so it's a cheap way of controlling a target. And it's really dark. Can't see anything. Alright, next skill. The grab. The grab is a really nice skill too. It got buffed recently, so it costs less energy, and also the cooldown was lowered. So it's quite straightforward. You just grab a target and do damage. I need to find the mob. Okay, over there. So you grab the mob and then throw him on the ground. And you have several upgrades. So this one does 95% of your attack value, knocks down the target, and also does 200 shock damage. I don't really know what the shock damage is about. This one is extra shock damage, AoE shock damage, so you get to hit all the enemies that are around the target you threw. This one has a separate cooldown though. Separate cooldown of 30 seconds. Then you can get this upgrade that allows you to do a secondary grab twice, like this. Separate cooldown too. Or is it the same cooldown actually? Oh, maybe it's one of the buffs. They may have removed the cooldown actually. Yeah, I think they removed the cooldown. So you can do it every time? Yes, so it's a double grab. The second grab can be upgraded, so it always does the same damage, which is basically 110%, I believe. 110% plus the 300 shock damage. So here, shock damage, it hits the second pig. Oh, I forgot to mention one of the skills I was talking about earlier. I forgot to mention I discovered this effect that's not written in here. It's this shield bash here. When you do it, your enemy actually you turn him around when you finish the last hit, like this, and he's turned around. So what you can do is stun him when you finish it and do a back attack. Somehow it's not written in the description, which is quite interesting. But yeah, let's go next skill. Well, the grab attack. To finish with the grab attack, you can upgrade it to do up to 285 your attack value and 290 shock damage. So the grab is really nice. The animation is really fast. In PvP it's really nice too, since it's really fast basically. You can just dash in the target and grab him, and that's pretty much it for the grab. Last is not last, sorry, there's all those skills. Next is the taunt. So it's a taunt. Not much about it. It's pretty strong actually. I was surprised. You can really grab enemies aggro even if your ally has been walking his face for a while. It's pretty strong. You can upgrade it. What the upgrades do: increases the range and decreases the how do you call it, stamina usage, because it uses stamina. Also you can affect more targets with it. So the first level is 5 targets, 7 targets, up to 10 targets. And show again that shield bash. Now the target gets turned, then you dash in and back attack. Combined with the critical. But yeah, there's several effects that are not actually written in the description that you have to discover yourself. So there's still a lot for me to learn about warrior. But let's go through the other skills. So while this one is a passive, increases your attack speed by 10%. Attack speed? Yes, attack speed. So these skills are quite interesting. They all cost 30 skill points to learn, so they're really expensive. And I think they were meant to be sort of a buff to the warrior, because you all get them past level 40. So this skill is really good, and it's what makes you... basically makes the warrior in PvP. I don't think warrior could do much without that skill in PvP. It's really good. That's why every warrior that doesn't use it in PvP, in my opinion, is making a mistake. So what you do is throw a lance on the mob's face, and it does a lot of damage. So it's 550% plus 100 bonus damage. And the second effect that's really good is that it stuns the target. So this is a long range stun that does a lot of damage, and the stun is long enough for you to throw it and dash at your enemy, and then you can just do whatever you want. You can just grab him and start your combo from there. So this is really good against people trying to kite you. The really big downside is that it has a 20-second cooldown, so you have to play passive, I guess, when you don't have it. Like maybe block a bit, because it also takes a lot of energy. I think it's 150 or something similar. It's 100 energy. Oh, I'm dying here. So it takes 100 energy. That's quite a lot, since my energy pool is very small. It takes like half my energy. So what you could do against like a ranger or even sorceress is just block and then throw the spear, and from there you start your combo. Really good skill. Next we have this one, which I don't have. I don't have enough skill points for it, and I don't know if I would take it, maybe just to test it, but you can see here what it does. It's a charge, so it does 450% of your attack value plus 50 bonus damage, sorry, and it does that 3 times, so that's quite a lot of damage actually. So the 2 first attacks knock back the target, and the last one is a knockdown. It has a cooldown of 60 seconds though, so it might not be easy to use. It might be good actually as a finisher when your target is low HP. And it costs 100 mana, so 100 energy, sorry. So it's quite expensive too. Next skill is this one. I actually have it. The day. Sun is rising. That looks nice. But yeah, that skill, let's use it. It uses a lot of energy. Oh. So it's a 3-time attack with a really fancy animation. I don't think it would work in PvP, but it's good in PvE, because you get to attack a large pack of mobs with that. The range is quite nice. Animation is too big for PvP too. I think people would just dodge out of it. Probably wouldn't work. It costs a lot of energy. I think it's 150. Yeah, 150 energy. So it does the first 2 attacks do 250% damage. Then the next one do 200%, and it's like a 3 times attack. I mean, the last slash is counts as 3 attack. This slash. And I think it does a bleed as well. Yeah, it does a small bleed. For 5 seconds you lose 35 HP. So I think it's more of a PvE skill. It takes too much energy, so you can make a big pack of mobs, get the energy back, and then use it. So next we have, well, the formations. This one is the red formation. I can't really talk about formation right now. I would need a teammate. But basically, this red formation, when you're the only one casting it on someone, it gives 20% attack speed. And then you have the green one, it gives movement speed. But basically, formations changes, the effect changes depending on how it's cast. So let's say you cast the red one on a teammate and he casts it too on you, then you get an extra effect that gives you HP back. And if in the case of the green one, it gives you MP back. Basically, the formation buff changes depending on how many people are casting it and on how you are casting it. Like if you have 3 people casting it in a star formation or in a circle formation, it changes the effect. So I would actually need to make a more in-depth guide about it. Can't really do it like this. Can't really explain like this. So this one, this skill, every character, every class has that skill. And this one too, every class has it, so it's an escape skill on a 5-minute cooldown. So it seems to be bugged for me. So what it does is basically put you in a mist shape and allows you to escape. It lasts for 5 seconds. But it's bugged for me, I don't know why. It's like a way of escaping on a long cooldown. So next are basically the passives. So those are attack damage passives, increase your attack by 1. This one are attack accuracy and melee defense. So it increases your accuracy and your defense, and then this one increase your accuracy and increase your range damage. Range defense. Range defense, melee defense, range defense, magical defense, melee defense, so it changes actually. Yeah, okay, so actually they all give you accuracy, but they changes your, depending on the point, it's a different defense. So melee, range, magical, melee, range, magical. And I think that's it. I have talked a lot, so I apologize for if it wasn't smooth at times. I hope it's not too confusing. Let's try fight a bit. So the dash, the kick. Oh yeah, something to say about the dash. It has a really long animation. So in PvE I guess it doesn't matter, but in PvP it's usually best to, like I said, throw the spear before you actually dash in. Because so the dash does a kick animation after you end it, and it looks the same as your normal, as this kick, except that it doesn't knock down. It doesn't do the knockdown effect, so it's basically really bad. It's delaying your other attacks because you can't do anything. You can't cancel the animation. So you just, during the kick, you're very vulnerable. Other classes can counter you, like kick you or something, because the dash doesn't actually stun or anything. While you're doing the dash on him, they can still do whatever they want, and they can't knock back or jump back. So it's usually best to just stun them first with the spear, then use the dash, and then you have time to still land a grab or even something else. Either that, or you can use this one. Because remember, this one can be used twice, so you can still cover a decent distance with it. The latency kind of fucks me up. I can't do it twice often. Yeah, it's hard to spam it when you have high ping. But yeah, you can do that to stun the target and then use the combos you want. Just don't use that dash like this. Like, any good opponent will punish you for it. What else? Maybe talk about stamina actually. So this is oh, I forgot to mention the skill. This is side and left click, so it allows you to go on the side. There's a lot of skills that actually use stamina, so you have to be careful not to spam it, because you always need your stamina for blocking, and you don't recover stamina while you're blocking too. So this is something to keep in mind. To be careful not overuse your stamina and always have enough for block. It seems that the amount of damage you receive it changes the amount of stamina that's used. So this one, well, I guess you can't see it. Maybe I need to find a giant. I think there is giants around here. But yeah, the more damage, the higher the damage is, the more stamina it costs, which sounds logical. But it's a bit of a weakness for the warrior. I thought there was a giant in this area. Oh well. Oh well, but I hope you get the idea. So always have stamina, and well, this attack here seems really good on the paper to go on the side and dodge, but it costs way too much stamina. So the roll is actually better now. Since the buff, it costs very little stamina and it gives you energy back. Get 10 energy, it's still good, so I actually prefer to use the block these days. I used to really like the skill, I used to spam it a lot, but then you always run out of stamina and that's the problem. I wish I had knowledge so I could see the damage here. What I'll do is find a place where I actually can see the mob's HP, and then from there I'll show you the damage in real time from the different skills. So, see you in a bit. Alright, I actually got knowledge from the pigs. I've been farming them a bit, so now I can actually see their HP going down, as you can see. So let's show the big damage dealing skills. Let's start with the spear, see the damage it does. Yeah, that's quite a lot of damage. And then you have one of my favorite skills, this one. See, it does a lot too. What can we do next? This one? Did I miss? Huh, I may have missed actually. It doesn't seem like it. The HP went down. Oh, I should have mentioned, when you successfully block an attack you get buffs. So those increase all your defense by 15. So increase your melee defense, magical range defense and magical defense by 15. Oh, maybe it's the cliff that's bugging out the mob. Weird. Maybe show some combos. Let's see. This one I think is really nice. Most classes have combos actually. They can unlock extra skills that allows them to chain skills together. But the warrior doesn't have any. But it seems like you can chain so many skills together already without actually having to get some extra skills. So you might see this as a actually advantage of the warrior, because you don't have to spend skill points in that useless stuff. You're naturally able to chain attacks nicely enough. So yeah, the warrior does a decent amount of damage, I would say. It's not really a tank. Even though you have a taunt and the block, I wouldn't say it's really a tank. You're not that tanky without the block, actually. Giants are at least 2 times... sorry, wow, I really can't talk today. Giants are really tankier than you. They have a lot more HP and a lot more base defense. They don't have any sort of defensive skills, but by nature they're much more tanky than you are. Maybe that's just Giant being overpowered, I don't know, but overall I wouldn't say the warrior is a tank class. It's really nice in terms of damage though. You're versatile, I guess. You have decent mobility. This dash here gives you a lot of mobility since it can be used anywhere. And you can outrun a lot of classes. You can outrun a ranger for sure with that dash. A giant. I'm not sure if you could outrun a sorceress though. And what else is there to add? Can't really think of anything. I think we've covered pretty much everything. I think the combat allows you for a lot of discoveries. There is a lot of skill effects that are not written in the description, so I'm still discovering combos and combinations. Well, it's the same thing. I'm still discovering combinations to do, and I think I really like the combat personally. I think it's really fun. Just the only thing I would complain about the combat is the lack of team play maybe. I don't really see any synergy between classes. But overall the combat feels really fun. Even with the lag, it's smooth. And I think it has enough depth. Like there's a lot of things to discover. There is a lot of possibilities. I think players can really create their style. Games like Terra, for example, that are very similar, I think everyone basically had the same style. I don't think there was too much differences, and it might be due to the amount of skills, because I think Warrior has a lot more skills than a class like Lancer, and the skills allows for more basically. That's how I would put it. You can do much more. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. That was my review of the Warrior. I hope you enjoyed it. See you.